Now, what's next? The trial. Now, I'm going to say a month, 1 month trial. And in that month, 3 rounds. So you have round 1. Of course, that's the in-person stuff, round 1, round 2, round 3. Okay. Now you get 3 rounds in that first month, or you engage 3 rounds. I'm talking to you ladies. You engage 3 rounds in that first month. The reason why you do this is so that you can have a screening process where you're listening to the man and you're sort of giving an opportunity for them to display their best, right? Because the best is not always going to happen in round 1. Okay. You ladies tend to cancel people out if things don't happen well in round 1. You need to stop doing that. All right. I know first impressions are everything. That first impression is crucial, but you at least want to see if there is a recovery, because that's actually a good thing. Because if a person can recover in a very short period of time, that's actually a good thing. Okay. Because then they recognize what needs to be done and then they course correct. You kind of want to see if there is a course correction, because that matters. All right. So 3 rounds, 1 month. 3 rounds, 1 month. 1 month for 3 rounds. Now, if those 3 rounds happen in the first 2 weeks, that's great. Because if you get past that 3rd round of in-person communication, that's what I'm talking about when I say 3 rounds, in-person communication. When you get past that 3rd round, you've got the rest of the month to enjoy. That's the good stuff, right? And try not to be captivated within that first month. You're just listening, paying attention, watching, paying attention to the signals, listening, watching for the inconsistencies, seeing the consistencies, because if a person is consistent, then you know it's genuine, because the truth is always consistent. And that's what you're paying attention to. The truth is always consistent, and that's what you're paying attention to. And you're giving your intuition a chance to work. Your gut, you're sensing the situation, you're looking at the posture, if there's a change in the posture, if there's an inconsistency, and then you're looking for the recovery. Like I said, 1 month trial. All right? I think that's good. And so in that first month, you're paying very close attention to the conversation and the direction where it goes. You're paying attention to what their game plan is, and if there is a plan at all. You're paying attention to the backstory reveals, if any. You can play questionnaire, not too much, but you want to kind of understand who it is that you're talking to. All right. Get a feel for who you're talking to. Listen. If you're going to start choosing, this is what you're going to have to do. Okay. Because unless we go back to arranged situations where your father or whoever arranges the situation for you, which I think that may be the future, but you're in the driver's seat, ladies. You've been choosing. So if you want to choose better, this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have very straightforward communication. Like I said, choosing signals, you're going to have to put those full throttle. Can't be no hesitation with this. And then once you get past the phase, okay, let's go. 3 rounds, interaction in person, conversation, eye contact, smiles, and all of that good stuff. And of course, sensuality. We know. Sensuality. Here we go. Here we go. But 1 month trial. You should be able to get all the goods there. That's it. Because then you'll get the sensual play, right? Because you'll get that in the 1 month. You'll get the trajectory of the man. You'll get that in 1 month. You'll get the ability for conversation and the consistencies, the ideas. It'll all be laid out in that 1 month, ladies. Especially if you pay attention. You got to pay attention now. You cannot ignore the signals. Usually, oh, he's got beautiful eyes. I'll ignore the signs. Oh, he brings it in round 1. I'll ignore the signs. Oh, he's over 6 feet. I'll ignore the signs. You see what I'm saying? No, you got to stack it all up. You got to stack it. The screening process has to be very thorough, ladies. If you're going to be choosing on your own, it's got to be thorough. Stop ignoring stuff within the first 2 weeks. These Pookies and Ray Rays, as they call it, you know that within the first 15 minutes. If you pay attention, you know within the first 15 minutes. It's all there. Now, you can choose to ignore that, and then you end up going for 6 months, and then you get pissed off because it didn't work out. That's on you. You're ignoring the indicators that show up within the first 15 minutes. Now, men, of course, you're going to have to be in your frame and do what you do and articulate yourself. Learn how to communicate person to person. Don't be afraid of these women. I don't give a damn how good they look. Do not be afraid or intimidated. No. We're not going to have any of that. You be in your frame and you convey and you explain. You have your path laid out. You know what you're trying to do. You know what you're trying to do. Convey what you're trying to do and not be afraid of it. All right? Boom. And then for you ladies, if you're going to choose on your own, you have to have a very extensive screening process. I cannot be more emphatic than in this episode, because the 1-month trial is going to give you everything that you need to know. Okay? It's going to give you the recovery. It's going to give you the lane that this man is in, right? And you never know. A lot can happen. Yeah. Stop cutting these guys out. Stop doing that. Give them an opportunity to recover or present. Listen when they talk. All the answers are there. Same thing for you men. Women tend to talk more. You'll get all the answers in a month. The screening process, how do you do it? Are you listening in the conversation? Are you giving the conversation an opportunity to flow? Right. Are you listening for those indicators that tell you whether it's going to be a favorable situation? This man may have a plot that you don't know about. Just because it doesn't show up right away doesn't mean there's nothing there. You got to listen. Even for the average man could become Elon Musk in 6 months. You got to pay attention to the indicators. Now, the established men, the men that are already in that position, it's already clear. And a lot of you are going for that anyway. That's what you're going to do. So, of course, there's no recovery. But then what happens when they lose it? They're already established. They already got the goods, but they could lose all that. Do they have the type of character that puts them back in that position again? Now, of course, in your mind, you're thinking, well, if they lose it, I'm leaving. See, you ladies, man. But here's the thing. To know a person's character and the ebbs and flows of their character is such an important part of the process. And it's the part that you ladies don't seem to really understand how to master, because you're not looking in the eyes and you're not looking at the posture. You're not paying attention to the tone of voice. It's the little things that give you all the indication of where you need to go, especially if they know how to articulate all their thoughts and ideas. If they're a very good communicator and they look into your eyes and they're laying it all out there, boom, 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 which if you're going to have a man, that's the kind of man that you want. One who knows how to articulate their ideas with a nice flow. Everything is very cohesive. There's no darkness. You are not in the dark. You know what's going on. Yeah, the man lays it all out there. There is no confusion. No confusion at all. You are not confused about anything when this man talks to you. And he is firm in his frame. Yes, that's the man that you want. You don't want these cuckoos that are going back and forth that don't know which way is up. And you can have this all figured out in 1 month. 1, 2, 3, right? You have that in-person contact, 1, 2, 3. And then after the third round, you get that little passion going on because, of course, you want to have the passion. 1 month, get it all in, and you understand it. It's all laid out there. Okay? You have to use your intuition. You have to trust your gut. Your gut is never wrong. You usually ignore your gut. You've been programmed to ignore your gut. And now that you're on social media, you don't pay attention to your gut at all, ladies, because all you do is post and get like clicks all damn day. You're not using your intuition with that. That doesn't require anything. To post pictures of your cleavage and your ass when you're twerking, that doesn't require anything. So this very important tool that I'm giving you right here, which you should already know, you don't even know how to use it because you don't have to. But you do when you're having in-person communication, because online stuff, that doesn't work in the real world. Twitter's not real. Instagram's not real. TikTok's not real. That's BS. That's a playpen. So when you're in the real world, you got to communicate. You got to talk. You got to know how to, it's the ebbs and flows of conversation. Yeah. A man who's in his frame knows how to communicate. He'll look into you and he'll put it all out there. You'll get it. You'll get the information. Boom. Even if he's a man of few words, you'll be able to see it in his posture. You'll be able to see it in his tone. You'll be able to see it when he walks. You'll be able to see it when he stands. You'll be able to see it in how he dresses. You'll be able to see it in all of how he moves. Yeah, you'll see it. But you got to know how to read these things, and you can't do it on IG. Because even photos are misleading. Photos tell you nothing because they can be photoshopped. They can be fake. The real happens eye to eye. That's where the magic happens. That's where the answers happen. Eye to eye. In-person contact. Conversation across the table or at a bar stool or walking along a beach, walking on the pier. Hell, do a Zoom. FaceTime, you can get it, but still, there's energy. It's an exchange of energy when you're in person. Get off the phone. You want to have a mate? This is what you got to do. You have to master the art of in-person communication. You want better results? You want to be approached? Get off TikTok. Get off Instagram. You have to master the art of in-person communication. You want better results? You want stuff that will last? Get off TikTok. Get off IG. You have to master the art of in-person communication. It is an art form. Make no mistake. It is an art form, right? Because you have to listen and then speak. You have to process what you hear and then speak. You have to read the eyes and read the body language. This is what you got to do.